Okay, welcome to my channel Maths with Mahanti sir. Children, in the last class we discussed how to find the mean of a discrete frequency distribution as well as your continuous frequency distribution using the direct method or the long method. Okay. Today let us discuss another method of finding mean, that is known as your shortcut method or assumed mean method. So what is shortcut method? Okay, let us discuss. In this method, let us first find, I will discuss the formula in terms of a problem. Okay, so let us first find out the mean of a continuous frequency distribution using the shortcut method. Okay, or assumed mean method. See, what is shortcut method? You see, shortcut method. In this method, what will we do? See, look at, suppose you are given, what is the principle of this method? I am going to tell you, I am going to explain in this, taking this example. Okay, suppose you are given a continuous frequency distribution like this. These are classes or class intervals, 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, etc. And their corresponding frequencies are given, 7, 10, 15, 8, 10, etc. Now, find the mean of this continuous frequency distribution using the shortcut or the assumed mean method. So, first step is you add all the frequencies and find out what is the value of n. N means the total number of observations in this distribution, which is equal to sum of frequency. So, first you add. It will be 17, 32, 40, it will be 50, you see. N or sigma Fi, N or sigma Fi will be equal to 50 in this distribution. Okay. That means there are 50 number of observations. Now, what is the next step you see? The next step is first to find the class mark. Class mark or midpoint of each class. You see. Class mark. You know what is the formula for class mark? It is upper limit plus lower limit by 2, or the average of lower and upper limit. Or you can say it is the average of the two class limits of a class, or a group data or class in the class. Okay. So, now this class mark equal to, suppose this class mark is your xi, let us denote it by symbol. This class mark will be equal to xi. Okay. Class mark or midpoint of each class will be equal to your xi. Now, how to get class mark? It is lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. Okay. Now let us find out 0 plus 10, 10, 10 by 2. 10 by 2 is 5. 10 plus 20, 30, 30 by 2. According to this formula, it will be 15. So this will be 25, this will be 35, and this will be 45. Okay. So, in order to use the shortcut method or the assumed mean method, the first step is you add n and find out what is the value of n or sigma Fi. Then find the class mark denoted by xi of each class. Okay. Now after getting xi, what you will do? After getting xi, the value of xi, what we have to do? See, we have to find deviation. So what is deviation? I have already told you. In the previous class, I have already told you what is deviation. Deviation is what? Deviation of a score from the mean. You see. Now these are scores, xi. These are scores or observations. Now deviation of each score. Deviation of each score from the mean. That means you see, out of these observations, you can take any one. You can choose any one of these values of xi as the assumed mean. See, let the assumed mean am. Suppose, let us assume that the mean of this distribution is equal to 25. See, what I mean to say, children, after finding the class mark, which is equal to the average of the upper limit and lower limit, from this table, I mean this column, from this column or from these values of xi, you choose any one. You can choose any one of the values from xi as the assumed mean. You can choose any one of these 5 values or these values of xi as your assumed mean. Suppose we will assume that 25 is the mean, assumed mean. So let the assumed mean a equal to, denoted by a, suppose 25. I took 25, but you can take any one of these numbers as the assumed mean. Okay? Because if you do not choose the assumed mean, means if you do not choose anyone as the mean, you cannot find the deviation. What is the formula for deviation? Deviation is xi minus a. See, the deviation, this is the formula to calculate deviation of a score from the mean. Okay, where xi is the score or the observation and A is the mean or the assumed mean. Okay. So in order to find the deviation of each score, these are scores. To find the deviation of each score from the mean, we have to assume some mean. And what is the rule? The rule is you have to choose any one of these values of xi as the assumed mean. I took 25, you may take 15, you may take 35, no problem. Okay. Now after taking assumed mean, suppose 25, now let us find the deviation of each score from the mean. You see, by this formula, xi minus a. So what is xi? Xi is your, xi is 5. What is the mean? Mean is 25. That means it is 5 minus 25. It will be minus 20. Okay. It is 15. 15 minus 25. 15 minus 25. It will be minus 10. Okay. Then 25 minus 25. It will be 0. 25 minus 25. It will be 0. Then 35 minus 25. It will be 10. Then 45 minus 25. 45 minus 25. It will be 20. You see, I got the deviation of each score from the mean by choosing or by assuming the mean of this distribution to be 25. I got the deviations of each xi or each score or each observation from the assumed mean. What are the deviations? Minus 20, minus 10, 0, 10 and 20. Okay. Now after finding the deviation, what is the next step? What is the next step after finding the deviations of each score from the mean or the assumed? We do not know what is the actual mean. We assume that the mean of this distribution is 25 and we got this value from this column. From the values of xi it will be obtained. You can choose any one as the assumed mean from the column xi, which is equal to the class mark or the midpoint of classes. Okay. Now after getting di, what is the next step? The next step is you find the product of fi and di. See, you make another column. Fi into di. See, make another column. See, make another column in which you have to find the product of fi and di. Fi and di means what? It is the product of frequency and deviation. It is the product of frequency and deviation of each class or class interval or group data, whatever you say. Okay. So, what is frequency? Look at it is 7. What is the deviation? Minus 20. So 7 into minus 20. It will be minus 140. Here it is 10 frequency. Here it is minus 10. It will be minus 100. Then here it is 15 frequency. Here it is 0. So the product will be, the product of fi and di will be 0. Then here it is 8 and here it is 10. So 8 into 10 is 80. That is 10 and it is 20. 10 into 20 is 200. You see. So now I got the values. I got the values of the product of fi and di, that is frequency and deviation of each class or class interval. Then what is the next step in this method? That is your shortcut method or assumed mean method. Add all these. Add the product of fi and di to get sigma fi di. You see, what is the value of sigma fi di? Let us find out. What is the value of sigma? Means summation. Summation of the product of fi and di. You see, 200 plus 80. First you add the positive values. 280. 280. And this is how much? 140. This is 100. It is 240. So it will be 280 minus 240. 280 minus 240. It will be 40. You see. Now the summation of the product of fi and di is equal to 40. Okay. Now after this, after getting the value of sigma fi di, what we will do? Now we will use the formula to find the mean by which method? Assumed mean method or your shortcut method. So what is the formula in this method? What is the formula that we have to remember? You see, what is the formula? The formula is mean x bar equal to a plus sigma fi di divided by n. You see, this is the formula. This is the formula to calculate the mean of a continuous frequency distribution. Okay, whether it is continuous or discrete, we have to find the mean using this formula. And this is the formula to calculate the mean of continuous frequency distribution as well as discrete frequency distribution. By which method? By the cross multiplication, by the shortcut method, by the shortcut method or assumed mean method. Okay, now you put the value What is the value of A? Look at, it is 25. Then, what is the value of sigma fi di? It is 40, put here. And what is the value of N? It is 50, you see. So, now you calculate, 0, 0 cancel. 25 plus, you add 25 plus 4 by 5, it will be 100. 25 plus 4 by 5, which is equal to 120. 9 by 5, now you find out. 5 2 is 10, 2, 9, 29. 25, 4, yes, you see. What will be the mean? The mean of this, what? The mean of this continuous frequency distribution will be 25.8. And how did we get it? We got it by which method? But we got it by applying your shortcut method or assumed mean method. So this is the method. This method is known as the shortcut method or the assumed mean method of calculating the mean of a continuous frequency distribution. What is the formula? It is A. What is A? What does A stand for? A stands for assumed mean. Okay? And how to get assumed mean? You will get the assumed mean from the column Xi. From the column Xi, the column containing Xi means the midpoints of all classes. You can choose anyone as the assumed mean, no problem. Okay? So that will be the assumed mean. So assumed mean plus the summation of Fi into Di means the summation of the product of frequency and deviation divided by the total number of observations. So if you remember this formula and if you understood the steps, whatever steps I explained in order to calculate the mean of a continuous frequency distribution using shortcut method or the assumed mean method, then you can easily find the mean. Okay. So now let us discuss. Suppose you are given a what? Suppose you are not given a what? A continuous frequency distribution. Suppose you are given a only discrete frequency distribution. Now, how to find the mean of a discrete frequency distribution by the shortcut method or your assumed mean method? Let us see. Okay? Let us take another one. Let us consider a discrete frequency distribution where we will use or apply the shortcut method to find the mean. Okay? Suppose, let us consider a discrete frequency distribution. Suppose you are given Xi and Fi. Look at Xi and Fi. Suppose Xi is given 4, 6, 9, 10, 15. You see 4, 6, 9, 10 and 15. These are Xi. Okay. And suppose you are given the frequencies your 5, 10, 10, 7, 8. You see 5, 10, 10, 7 and 8. Look at. Okay. Now this is a discrete frequency distribution. It is not a continuous frequency distribution. Now how to calculate its mean using the shortcut method or the assumed mean method? Let us see. First, you add all the frequencies and find how many observations are there. 8 plus 7, 15. 15. It is 25, 40. N will be 40. That means sigma Fi. This is sigma Fi, sum of frequencies or total number of observations, it is 40. Okay. It is always to be calculated here, the value of N. Okay. Then, what is the next step? The next step is we have to find the deviation of each Xi. We have to find the deviation of each Xi from the mean. But we do not know what is the mean. That means we have to assume something as the mean. And you have to take some assumed mean. So what is the assumed mean? You can take anyone. Suppose you will take 9 as the assumed mean. You see. Let us take 9 as the assumed mean. Let us assume that the mean of this distribution, let us assume that the mean of this distribution, this discrete frequency distribution is 9. Okay? You have to choose any one of these Xi as the assumed mean. Let the assumed mean A equal to suppose 9. Okay? Now, what is the next step? You have to find deviation. Once you assume the mean which is equal to one of the values of the column Xi, then you have to find the deviation of each score from the assumed mean. What is the formula? It is Xi minus A. You see. So make a third column and find Di. Di means deviation of each score from the assumed mean A. What is A? A is 9 here. We took A to be 9. Okay. Which is equal to one of the values of the column Xi. Okay. Now you see. So Xi minus A. What is the value of Xi? 4. What is the value of A? 9. 4 minus 9, it is minus 5. Okay. Then 6 minus 9, it is minus 3. You see. Then 9 minus 9, it is 0. Okay. Then 10 minus 9, it is 1. 15 minus 9, it is 6. You see. So now I got the deviation of each xi from the assumed mean A, which is equal to 9. Okay. Now after getting the deviation, what is the next step? Find the product of fi and di. You see. The next step is find the product of fi and di. You see. What is fi? 5 into minus 5, minus 25. 10 into minus 3, it is minus 30. Then 10 into 0, it is 0. Then 7 into 1, it is 7. Then 8 into 6, it is 48. You see. Now I got all the values of the product of fi and di. What is the next step? Then I have to add all this and I have to find sigma fi di, because I want to calculate the mean of this discrete frequency distribution by the shortcut method or the assumed mean method. So now you find the value of sigma fi di. You see how to get 48 plus 7. These are positive values. So first you add the positive values. 48 plus 7 is your 55 minus, you see, this is 30 minus 25. You see. Minus 30 minus 25. It will be minus 55. You see. Minus 30 minus 25. You see, it is minus 55. So you add 48 plus 7, 55. 55 minus 30, it will be 25. Minus 20, it will be 0. You see. The deviation will be 0. Sigma fi di will be equal to 0. Okay. So, then what we have to do? We have to apply the formula for what? Assumed mean method. Therefore, the mean, what is the formula to calculate mean? It is A plus sigma fi di divided by n. This is the formula to find the mean of what? Your discrete frequency distribution as well as continuous frequency distribution. By which method? By the shortcut method or the assumed mean method. So now you put the value. What is the value of A? It is 9. What is the value of this? Sigma fi di is 0. What is the value of n? N is 40. You see. So 9 plus 0 by 40 is 0. So what is 9? You see. That means in this case, the mean of this discrete frequency distribution will be equal to 9, which is equal to the assumed mean. Why this happened? This happened because the value of sigma fi di. Why the mean of this distribution became equal to the assumed mean? The reason is because sigma fi di became 0. The summation of frequency and deviation, it became 0. That is why the mean of this distribution will be equal to the assumed mean. Okay. So children, I hope you understood how to calculate the mean of your discrete frequency distribution as well as continuous frequency distribution using the what? Shortcut method or the assumed mean method. What is the principle of shortcut method or assumed mean method? I hope you understood. What is the formula? What principle you will follow? What are the steps you will follow to calculate the mean of discrete frequency distribution as well as your continuous frequency distribution using the shortcut method or assumed method. Okay. So still another method is left known as your step deviation method. So in the next class we will discuss what is step deviation method and how to calculate the mean of discrete frequency distribution as well as your continuous frequency distribution using the step deviation method. Okay. So that is a very easy one and it is very time saving. Step deviation method of calculating mean of continuous frequency distribution as well as your discrete frequency distribution is very time saving. Okay, so what is that method? What is the principle? What is the formula of step deviation method? We are going to discuss in the next class. Children, I hope whatever I discussed in this class about the shortcut method or the assumed mean method, you must have understood. If at all it is true, please hit the like button and subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you.